One of the biggest traits you learn when playing Straightpool is to keep your focus. And if that doesn't help 9-ball or 10-ball, I don't know what would. Welcome everyone to this episode of Pocketed, the YouTube channel. I recently won the Straightpool State Championships in the Masters or Seniors division. This video is all about me trying to convince you that Straightpool definitely will improve your game. And maybe you don't like Straightpool at the moment, or you're someone who thinks Straightpool doesn't help my rotation games like 9-ball or 10-ball. But stay tuned, at the end of the video I want to show you how I run recs. And I also want to forward to you what has been told to me by professionals, how to run recs and how to approach problems and how to have a step-by-step routine to not get into troubles when you try to run out a Straightpool rec. But don't get mistaken, Straightpool is played by one of the best players, especially the best 9-ball players in the world, like Jason Shaw, Albin Ocean, Fedor Gorst, Joshua Filler, and the list goes on and on and on. You get to play many shots in a very short period of time, so Straightpool is definitely a method of choice if you want to improve your game quickly. And it definitely helped me to improve my game significantly, especially within the last 1 or 2 months. Now let me explain to you why I think Straightpool not only helps your Straightpool game and of course your 8-ball game, but also your 9-ball and 10-ball game. Now let's stop talking about Straightpool and the benefits for you. Let's dive into some Straightpool recs I played, to show you how to get out of difficult situations, how to manage difficult situations, how to approach Straightpool recs, and just simply how to play Straightpool a little bit better. And without further ado, let's dive into it.
So what you see right here is that I'm checking the tangent line, so where I hit the rec. That's something I think we Europeans always do. So I hit the rec basically a little bit below center, and I'm immediately faced with the situation that I think 14 ball is blocking the pocket. So rule number 1 is clear the path to the pockets. So the first shot is definitely not a gimme, but yeah, I managed to pocket the ball. So both corner pockets right now are completely open for any other ball. This is good. I could not focus a lot on getting any position, so I had to deal with the 1 ball. And I'm pointing out right now the main issues I tried to clear first. So getting rid of the 11 opens up everything for, I think it's the 9-ball. And as I pointed out with my cue, I wanted to get on this side of the table just to clear everything and to make a path possible for every ball in either of the corner pockets. So, and I'm pointing out that basically the 9-ball and the 5-ball are the 2 balls I'm worried right now. That's the reason why I'm always trying to stay above the rec. And that's basically rule number 2. So try to clear pockets, rule number 1. Rule number 2, try to stay as much above the rec as possible and try to clear off the balls from the rails as soon as possible. So that's basically rule number 3. Rule number 1 is try to make a path ready for the corner pockets. Try to stay above the rec basically as much as possible. Rule number 2, try to get rid of any problems and of balls on the rails. So, and right now you see that I'm basically just faced with balls in the middle of the rec. So just pick them off, very simple. I try not to move the white ball too much. So stop would be like basically the best thing. And right here, just drawing into position I think it's the 15 ball, which is the ball I chose for the break ball. Just get to the long rail, perfect position onto the 9 ball, and maybe I think I drew it back to the long rail and out to the middle of the table to get perfect shape onto the 15 ball to have a break shot. So, and that's how you run a rack. Basically, that's what I've been told by pros I practice with occasionally. So rule number 1 is try to clear the corner pockets. Make the pathway free so that balls can be pocketed in either of the corner pockets. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, try to stay above the rack as often as possible. Try to use the corner pockets as much as possible and get rid of anything on the rails and try to get rid of any clusters. So these are the 4 main rules I try to follow in each rack. Once more, I try to measure the tangent line just to check where my cue ball is going to hit the rack. And I knew that my cue ball is definitely not going to move upwards on the table, but that's maybe worth another video. And I just pointed out where the problem areas are. So there's a big cluster in the middle. The 9 ball could be a potential follow-up break shot. So what I'm trying to figure out right here is how to get best either on secondary break shots. So I picked the, I think, 11 ball to use the, I can't point it out, I think it's the 12 ball into the corner pocket. I eventually could break off the rack right now with the ball in the center of the table, but I chose to choose the 9 ball as a secondary break shot, and I think that worked out pretty well. And yeah, I didn't hit it like super hard, which I maybe should have done. And I created a little problem, and I pointed out with my cue. So I tried to shoot a combination. I think it's the 4 into the 9 ball. Apologies so that I can't see it that perfectly from here on my computer. So, but I think it's not too big of an issue. And I pointed out with the cue before that I think 12 ball is a really good secondary break shot. I didn't like position the ball perfectly, but was just happy to get the combination into the corner. But it was not super difficult to get into the pile. And what you see right here is all corner pockets are open once the ball is pocketed right now. So from right now on, it's just about getting your pattern basically right. And I just point out these balls are blocked right now, so I try to, as quickly as possible, get them into play. So right here I touched the 8 ball unintentionally, so I caused another problem, as I point out with my cue right correctly. But I got the 1 ball in the middle of the table, so I knew that if I get position on the 1 ball, I got a perfect angle to be able to pot the 8 ball into the left-hand corner pocket. So gently pot the 1 ball into the corner pocket, and right now get rid of the problem right away. Don't wait for it, just as I've been told, try to get rid of the problems as quickly as possible. So, and I can't remember perfectly which ball I picked out for a break shot right now. I think it's the one next to the pile, yeah. And right now, yeah, just picking off the balls very simply. Try not to, yeah, I just put some top right onto the white ball. Now I remember, because I just wanted to get into the middle of those 2 balls above the rack. Just stun it over to the other side, or in that case, draw it back, and now stun it over into the middle of the table to get perfect shape for the next track, basically. With these balls, people usually, and I did the mistake myself, underhit the balls, because when you're a little bit off the rail, what usually happens is that you shoot the balls a little bit too soft. You really got to pound the balls, especially if you got a shallow angle, and you need to get the balls off the rail. But also in this rack, I followed the 4 golden rules. Try to get the corner pockets open as quickly as possible. Try to stay above the rack. Try to get rid of balls on the rails, and get rid of any clusters as soon as possible. I think I hit it very hard this time because the angle is quite shallow. Open up quite nicely. So I'm in rack number 3 already. I point out like this is a big issue, so I don't have any possibility to get the 3 or the 11 in the top right hand corner, in the bottom right hand corner. That's the reason why I try to get rid of this 11 ball, try to get above the rack once more, although I've got a longer shot maybe, but I'm above the rack, and from here on I'm in control. I'm in control of the rack, so I can choose what I want to do. Otherwise, I limit my options. So by approaching Straightpool like this, you basically try to stay in control as quickly and as long as possible. That's basically a simple rule. We all want this, and I'm not Jason Shaw, I'm not a Straightpool record holder, but at the end of the day, we're all striving for excellence, and that's what we do. I think I made a wrong choice here because I tried to get onto the 8 ball. Yeah, but typically me, I didn't check if the 8 ball is really available in terms of if I can cut it into the corner pocket, and right now that's a beginner mistake. I just realized, maybe not the best thing. But the option is to put the stripe ball into the corner pocket and try to open up this cluster. But now I got no insurance ball, so I try to hit it very hard and to draw it to not drop underneath the pile. But I still dropped underneath the pile, and that's where I ended up. I tried to right now I try to really get back down to either be able to get one of the solid balls or onto the 8 ball, but I didn't manage, and the run will be over very soon. But want to keep you folks watching it, and that's where the run ends. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls still on the tables. It's a nice run, but I try to cut it, maybe dropping it off the strap ball, but I missed it badly. But doesn't matter. That's how I approach Straightpool.
As I just showed to you, that's what I think is one of the biggest benefits in Straightpool. You learn to think ahead. You don't shut off your brain like it sometimes happens to me in 9-ball and 10-ball, because I just have to think where's the next ball and how do I get there. Straightpool has a lot to do with using your brain, as stupid as it sounds. To me, Straightpool is definitely a brain game. Biggest benefit of Straightpool is that you learn how to keep your focus over long periods of time. And if that doesn't help 9-ball or 10-ball, I don't know what would. There's a lot of thinking process going on, a lot of pre-planning going on, and of course a lot of execution going on. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.